Ho, ho, ho. What up, y'all? I'm Christopher Markland, and welcome to my review of episode 9 of Ready to Love, the reality dating show, competition style reality dating show on the OWN network. Man, y'all smell that? That's that shit hitting the fan, because this episode right here was filled with some serious drama. Man, let's get into it.
I wouldn't be here talking to you if we didn't have no connection.
Yeah.
Everything that I've told you, I've meant. And
Yeah.
I've stated that. And I'll
Okay.
state that in front of everybody.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm just saying,
High five. I'm done with this conversation.
oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm done. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Like it or not, you can disagree with him, you can agree with him, whatever the case may be, but the man has not been playing games, nor has he made a decision and told one woman one thing and been doing something else. Now, there was that one time where, I think it was his birthday, where he was like, yeah, you my number one, you my ride or die, whatever. But outside of that, he has really been consistent with both Alexis and Divine.
I know for sure that London is in his feelings. He is not happy that there's another man in my bed tonight, and it's not you. But I'm happy that we took our time during this journey.
Yeah.
We didn't jump out there like that for reasons like this.
Okay, so London made Alexis's decision easy, right? Brent told Divine that, hey, I'm going to focus on Alexis. Alexis wanted somebody that was going to focus on her, so everybody's winning, right? I don't see the problem.
I really kind of had to be true to myself. And I felt like even with you and I initially, I was like, okay, we got some things in common. We're in the same place in life. Let's explore this. But I started to feel like it was being forced. You know what I mean? And if it's like for real and it's organic, it's not going to be forced.
This right here is one of the problems. You have a lot of these dating reality shows, similar to Ready to Love. And I agree with her. They're not organic. You have 5 guys, 5 women, and they're all 5 guys. I could go for a burger. Anyway, you have all of these people put together into that situation. So it's not really an organic type thing. Yeah, you may develop connections. Yeah, you may like, oh, he's cute. Oh, she this, whatever the case may be, but it's not really organic, and therefore, it's forced. And if you got to force it, if it don't fit, don't force it. So I agree with her. Also, Reva has said, from going all the way back to the first couple episodes, with her background being in the Navy and just the relationships that develop from that, in any military type situation, she has always been, doesn't want to be in a situation that she's forced into a relationship. So coming from that background and now being put into this one, even though, yes, she signed up to be on the show, however, just being in it, if it's not what you want, it's just not what you want.
I don't want to waste any more of my time and nobody else's if the whole point of me being here is to make a connection that wasn't happening.
One thing I've always said I liked about the show is, especially this season, is that they have older, well, I don't say older, but definitely more mature people who are looking for love. And that aspect of it has really what's made the show interesting.
You came here for one reason and you found it, and that's it.
It's not deeper than
I don't feel like I found it. Yeah, no. So that's why I'm self-eliminating.
Yo, I got a lot of respect for Reva. She could have easily stayed in the show. And you know how on these reality shows, you got that one person that is there for nothing but the drama. They don't add anything to the plot. They don't add nothing to the storyline. They just there for that drama.
When I tell you that in fabric, you remember
You said you felt like if we crossed paths outside of the journey, things would be different.
It'd be a whole lot different.
Okay.
One of the saddest things about love and just, just finding love is finding the right person at the wrong time. I don't know if y'all have ever been through this, but I don't care whether it's a classmate or a coworker, a church member, or just whatever the case may be. It's somebody that you are in close proximity to them, and as such, you develop a kinship, and then there's an attraction. However, because of the situation, or hell, it could be a close friend, or I hate to say it could be one of your spouse's friends, or hell, your spouse's siblings, whatever. I mean, we can run the gamut as far as those type situations, but it's where you know that if time and space were different, it would be on and popping. Reva and Mario kind of fell into that trap, I believe, in that there was something about it. There was a spark between them, but just because of the once again the constraints of the show, they were not able to really dig into the meat of the potential that could have been a relationship between them. Like Reva was saying, if it was on different times, I think Mario said it as well. If things were different, they would be different.
There's no hard feelings, there's no bitterness. I don't want you to think that either. We're adults, it's cool.
But who knows what the future holds?
I'm not with the shenanigans. Like, I'm here for love. I want someone who strictly wants me and know that he wants me and shows me that he wants me. He didn't do that. So that's that.
I mean, what can you say? You got to respect that. She was there. She knew what she wanted from the show. She was there. She had a purpose. And when she realized that the person that she had the strongest connection with, or the person that she wanted to have the strongest connection with, wasn't available, she left. And she left in a mature manner. You got to respect that.
I know what we do is not right, but we got to make it to the top. Right. I cannot promise you I will not fight.
So Tommy invited us to dinner. It's the first time we've been around each other since the cabin. I know that my connection with Brent has gotten really strong, but my connection with London is now in question. So I decided to put on my snakeskin miniskirt.
All right. Sexy mama.
I kind of wanted to make London jealous in the process.
First of all, them are some attractive black people. I love seeing beautiful black people. I love it. I love it. I love it. Also, Alexis, from all she said before, she made her decision to move on with Brent, or at least, to Brent's giving her the attention. Brent seems to be the chosen one, right? So why is she putting in this much effort into making London jealous? Now, up to this point, and I've said that Alexis knows how to play the game. I hate to say it, but in this episode, Alexis started playing games, and that is just disappointing, to use her word from the last episode. It's just disappointing.
After everything that has happened this past weekend, Reva decided to eliminate herself from this process.
I'm not shocked by Reva's self-eliminating. I feel like she felt defeated. Hey, what can I say? I mean, girl, bye.
I believe that if Reva hadn't reduced their Tandy and Reva's friendship, 5-year-long friendship, however you want to rank it, like I said, they could be talking every night on the phone and texting each other, or it'd be like, every so often you hit them, hey girl, how you doing? That kind of friendship between them. If she being Reva had not reduced that 5-year friendship to them just being strong associates, I really believe that Tandy would be a lot more gracious in basically Reva's exit of the show.
Because I was not at a good place at the time.
What do we mean when we say that?
Adult beverages and my feelings mixed in one bowl.
Okay. I just want you to be real with me.
Okay. That was one of the reasons why I had got a little bit more heated.
Fortunately, you guys are reviving
Right.
what you all have.
I mean, she took full accountability, man, and that's all I was looking for.
Full accountability? There's just something, I can't put my finger on it with Darren, but I get it. Ashima got in her feelings, right? As far as when she found out that Darren was texting Tandy and they went on a date. That's fine. Ashima got in her feelings. However, Darren cannot just ignore the fact that he opened up the damn feelings for Ashima to get in them, right? So for him to say, well, I like how she took full account. Bruh, you got to look at the part you played in this. Now, I get it. It's within the context of the show. I've said that from jump. In other words, you are supposed to be seeing multiple people in order to find the right connection. I don't disagree with that. However, if you know that Ashima, and Ashima's worn that on her sleeve, you know that it's been, she's been Team Darren from jump. If you know this, and maybe I missed it. If I did, let me know in the comment section. Hey, Chris, remember this? Let me know. But if Darren had been like, hey, I'm going to go on a date with, or I'm still talking to Tandy. If he had said that, I think it would have went a little bit differently. So all I'm saying is that if you don't take accountability for the part you play in the situation, don't, throw rocks and hide hands and be like, hey, it's just something about that, I don't know.
How you feeling in this whole process?
My purpose going to the cabin was to get some clarity.
As the weekend came to an end, where did you sleep?
I slept in Alexis's room.
So you did get some clarity.
I would say so.
She make it to the top of your list?
Absolutely.
When I found out that Alexis actually slept in the bed with Brent, that was extremely disturbing. I don't operate like that. That is absolutely a deal breaker.
Okay, in all fairness, neither Alexis nor Brent said that, Brent slept in the bed with her, okay? Now, I'm not going to pick that nit, okay? What I am going to agree with London on is that, yeah, there are some bounds that you have to stay in, you know what I'm saying? There are some things that shouldn't be crossed. And I can definitely understand where my man's coming from. It's like, yo, wait a minute. I'm not, maybe a kiss here, whatever, but as far as sleeping with the person, and once again, I don't know if they went that far, but I can see where London's coming from.
How was the cabin for you?
The cabin was a show. The London that I thought I knew, he wasn't at that cabin. I don't know who that was. The bond and energy that we have when we're not around everyone, I didn't see that. I felt like he was just being very, very safe. And I get it. It's not the environment to just beeline for the person that you want to be with. But at the same time, you could have been matching what you've been telling me behind the scenes.
I've never told you on the phone that you're number one.
You use other words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation?
Should we go through that?
Go through it. Let's air it out.
It's a waste of my time.
Yeah, if you poke the bear, then sooner or later you're going to see some teeth. And that's what we got in London dealing with Alexis. She's basically calling him out in front of the whole damn group. Now, I agree with Alexis. London was playing it safe. But what he has not done, because he's kept it 100 with both women, what he has not done is played with them. In fact, Divine read his ass the riot act. You remember this?
Sick and tired of grown not being able to make up their goddamn mind, for real. I'm about to make up a mind for That's what I'm about to do.
So even when Divine was straight going off on London, she never really called him out, and she damn sure didn't, challenge his integrity for all intents and purposes is what Alexis is doing. Remember when you did that? No, Divine didn't do that. She was like, yo, I wish a dude would make a decision. That's what Divine was saying, and that's fine. That's part of the show. But to say that, well, you said this or you did that, that's a whole different ballgame like Alexis did to London.
What is it that made you make the decision that you were not a sure thing?
It was the moment at the bonfire.
So I was just sitting up here talking to Divine. She claimed you got the remix, and when she asked you, you stuttering.
He was saying that you were saying that your chemistry and connection is the strongest with her.
Man, Mario knows he can be messy, man. First, remember when he got into it with Nina? He said that. Anyway, Mario did not have to throw London, put him out on Front Street like that. That's fine. But because think about it, you had both Divine and Alexis sitting right there, and Mario basically said, hey, guess what? I mean, that's kind of funny that he did that. However, I do think that Mario has got an issue with Alexis, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, but we'll talk about it.
Me doing what I did, going after her multiple times, and Divine, I'm surprised she's still answering my phone call right now. The process of me allowing Alexis to really poke at my emotions caused me to completely turn my back on Divine, who has been my rock throughout this entire journey.
Sometimes it takes a kick in the butt, or in this case, a kick in the head for you to, realize that you got to make the right decision. I think that with Alexis and how she behaved tonight, she kind of just let London know what he has to do.
We're on this journey to find love, and when you find out the person that you are falling for isn't who you think they are, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, she goes for bullet. Right now, Alexis is going off on London like some type of little third-grade child, and I'm looking like, that's bullshit. I mean, she had 3 guys that she had to choose from. She eliminated Carrie, now you got London and Brent you want to play with. Girl, get it together.
And that is why Mario kind of probably threw London under, put London out there with Divine specifically at the bonfire. Perspective is a hell of a thing. When you're on the outside looking in, you can see things that when you're fully involved in a relationship or in a situation that you're not able to see. And I think that, and you also got to remember that all of these dudes, they talk. You know what I'm saying? They may not be, buddies and all this other stuff, but whether it's at the cigar bar or I'm sure some of them text, whatever the case may be, I'm sure that they talk. And if Mario is seeing how Alexis is moving, he may or he may not agree with how she's moving, and so he's seeing things. So therefore, I think that if he and London have some kind of camaraderie, he could be like, you know what, Alexis just ain't right. So therefore, he has those feelings about Alexis, and he's probably known him for a while, and he's like, you know what, that's my boy. I don't think Alexis is the right one for this reason, that reason. He may not say that to London, but he damn sure is trying to say, hey, London, man, don't look over there. Look over there instead.
These are two beautiful women. And when I came into this, I came in open-minded and open-hearted. I wasn't playing any games. We had a connection.
What was disrespectful is you bringing the Fugazi to the cabin, because you've always told me she makes it too easy for you.
I've never stated that. I've never said anything bad about you. Have you ever heard me talk about Alexis to you?
No.
Once again, you can either agree or disagree with how, here we are, episode 9, and London has not made a decision regarding Alexis or Divine. But what you cannot say is that London has been playing games with either one of these women. In fact, the only person that's playing a game right now is Alexis. Also, it's kind of telling that London just said he had a connection with Alexis. So that's that speaks volumes right there.
Dating people is all about compromise, and I'm all about somebody trying to make me better. So here we are, finally, after him asking me for weeks, we finally made it to the gym.
I don't know if it's just a reality show editing, you know how they do, but it seems like Ashima is a lot more, she's taking more ownership of her issues, whereas Darren is operating under what seems to be like an air of privilege. It's like, he doesn't seem to take any ownership of what he has done that's created, the problems with Ashima when it comes to trust. I mean, Ashima, she said, yo, man, this is, maybe she hasn't necessarily articulated it. I don't know. That's another story. But she said what the issue is, and she brought it up like, you ain't said them, she told him with Tandy, etc. And Darren's like, okay, it's just real dismissive. He's just like, all right, whatever. It's just, I don't know.
Since we in here in the spirit of, like working out and kind of working through our stuff on this whole journey thing, I think I've been 100% honest. I've told you where you stand and where we are with that. So I think we, can we just put that behind us? You ain't got to ask me about Tanya no more.
I just feel like, you feel like I should come in this just 100% trusting.
The definition of what you just described, baby, is called trust issues. I've been trying to tell you that.
It's not an issue, baby. I don't like to use that word.
Well, trust concerns, whatever you want to call it, but honey.
Darren is just real dismissive when it comes to, recognizing Ashima's issues. Let's go back. I hate to do it. Let's go back to the dogs. It's like she's brought an issue to him. Hey, these are my feelings regarding the dogs. Once again, it's like, okay, well, I know it's a 15-bedroom house, but the dogs may bark. So, forget your issue. Same thing now. It's like, okay, I know that, there's a trust thing, but he's just very dismissive.
This ain't gonna happen outside of this, but whenever you mess up, you will see Miss Franklin. And everybody don't get Miss Franklin. If you wouldn't get Miss Franklin if Ashima didn't care about you.
Okay, but I ain't got time for none of that, is what I'm trying to tell you. So what I'm saying is, you need to stop that, right? And if you want to continue with me, we're gonna talk. If you have a concern, come to me calmly, okay? Is that, can we do that?
We can do that.
And you promise you're gonna do that. You're gonna come to me calmly and then we're gonna talk it out, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know if Darren is just mature or manipulating. But we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He is saying, he's being upfront. Hey, these are his requirements, I guess is the best way to put it. If you got a problem, you come to me, we'll talk about it. That is definitely a mature approach. It's just something, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll leave it at that.
So, hello.
Hello. Happy you're still answering my phone calls. Appreciate you coming out. concerned about, your feelings and all the rest of that stuff.
You're concerned about my feelings.
First of all, I wanted to apologize because obviously, it was a lot of stuff going on and, between Alexis and I and Brent and stuff like that. And, you really held it together.
I've always liked how Divine carries herself. Even now, she's very mature, very centered in her approach. She's silly as all get out, which is, having a sense of humor is definitely a plus. In the past one-on-ones that we've seen, London, usually he's the one that sits back, does this number here, and he gives that intense eye contact, but which kind of forces the other person to talk. So therefore, they're the one driving the conversation, and he is basically steering it with, words here or there. In this case, Divine, she's not really saying much of anything. She's giving input here or there, but she's forcing London to do the talking. And even though he invited her to the, for the date or whatever, but in fact, he was surprised she answered the phone. So, but if you notice, London is driving the conversation. He's sitting back and he's talking, and Divine is just listening to him, letting him get it out.
So how's your headspace right now? I mean, what all's going on? What's going through your mind?
I just want to know what's up. And I never get an answer. It's broad daylight, but I'm sitting in the dark right now. If you've asked me where you stood, at this stage in the game, I know. And I don't have an issue or problem, nor am I afraid to share that with anybody. Any parties involved in this love triangle, square, hexagon, octagon, whatever we're involved in here. I don't have a problem with that. I've been transparent with folks since day one. You're just playing it safe, and that's not fair to anybody. It just looks like you're playing games, and I don't have time for games.
Divine is right. I mean, it's beyond time for everybody to not know what they're going to do. I mean, that time has been past. Right now, at this point of the show, I want to say it's damn near over. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 episodes left. You should know what you're going to do. You shouldn't have to wait till the very end to be like, I choose you. Nah, you should know. Divine's 100% right. You should know who you want and how you're going to proceed with that person.
I made a decision. It was my number one. You've been, for real, like my ride or die, so, and I know I got some damage control to do. I know that for sure.
That's the best decision London could have made right there.
My patience has been tested. My temper has been tested. Everything has been tested during this journey. I invested a lot in this, and I invested a lot in you, and I just wanted to know, is what I'm investing, is it going to pay off? Like, that's all I wanted from you.
I'm for real, like straight up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you just make me want to choke you sometimes.
First the knives on the meat, now she's gonna choke him, Lord. But seriously though, she has been through a lot. Being part of that London, Alexis, Divine triangle, and not knowing where, what the outcome of that could be, because he could have went in the other direction and really left her ass out. Because remember, Divine was gonna self-eliminate way back in episode 2 or 3, one of them way back when. So for her to stay through all of that, and still stay classy, stay mature, yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Don't be looking at me like you're not getting a kiss yet. I need to make sure. You're looking at me deep in the eyes like we gonna kiss or something. I need to see some action.
Yo, she's silly, man. She's silly. But, London did have that hot and bothered look on his face. And for her to just, you better sit down. Ain't no kisses over here. That's funny.
What's up, man? I'm really here for you. I'm really here to make this connection that we already have stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just be real.
Yeah.
I'm in second place.
I did have a stronger connection with London, right?
Yeah.
And so that you made me question that. I was done with London after the cabin trip. Brent deserves to know that he's not choice number 2. He was the best option this whole time.
I guess it's good to be the best option. I mean, well, Brent made his choice and Alexis, exercised her option. So everybody's winning, right?
Still here for me as a friend first. And friendship is so important to me.
It's the most important. It is
That's
the
your
foundation.
foundation.
Absolutely. You know, I'm really digging you.
That's good to hear. You're making me blush.
Good. You should be blushing.
Alexis just low-key told Brent that he's in the friend zone. All right. Yes, friendship is an important part of the foundation of a relationship. However, sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. So yeah, friendship is good. She's basically saying, yo, friendship. That's my interpretation. Also, Brent was like, yo, I'm really, what do you say? I'm really digging you. Her response was, that's good to hear. That's not the same as, you know what? I'm feeling you. Yo, just something to say that, hey, we're on the same page. She never met that energy, and it's basically, and she's done that in the past regarding Carrie, and that's been her MO. So this isn't anything new. So I don't know if Brent picked up on that, but yeah, she just friend zoned the hell out of him.
The last few dates Mario and I've had have been initiated by him, but this time I wanted to invite Mario out, especially after all of the shenanigans going on. I set up a pottery date with Mario. I want to do something fun, something different, just get our hands dirty.
Feeling good about us.
You are?
I am.
Yo, that's a pretty cool date idea. Never thought of the pottery thing. That's actually kind of cool. And once again, now that, it's just them, they are able to focus on each other. And, like Tandi said, Mario chose all, most of their dates prior. And for her to come up with that, creative idea, yo, that's what's up. I think that they keep doing things like that. Definitely they're going to be all right.
I got more clarity now. Reva, she felt like our connection was forced, which caught me by surprise, because I never felt the force.
Forced?
Yeah.
Forced how?
I don't know. I never could get a straight answer. But everything happened for a reason. And that's over with. That door's closed now. It is what it is.
Right, so moving along.
We're moving forward.
Moving forward. Whether Reva self-eliminated or not, I was not worried about it. Trust me. Sip, sip.
Communication goes a long way, both good and bad. You got to talk about it. And Mario does not hold nothing back. I mean, if Reva said something, he will talk about it later on in a conversation. Hell, you go back to even when Mario was talking to London, that conversation stemmed from Divine and Reva talking to Mario. When London came in, Mario regurgitated that information right in front of Alexis. So Mario will just, hey, if it's got to be said, he'll say it. There's no doubt about that. Once again, Tandi, ain't no love lost, I think. When it comes to that 5-year, friendship reduced to an acquaintanceship, yeah, sip, sip, right?
I love it.
But hey, look, hey.
How sweet is that?
I mean, it ain't real, but hey, that'll come later on. You know what I'm saying?
The gift that Mario has is a clay ring that he found in the store. I'm thinking this is so freaking creative, so thoughtful, and so beautiful. I promise. I mean, that ring, it's gonna stand out to me forever. I think this is a beautiful moment. I love it.
That's cute enough, sir. Well played, Mario. I like that. Well played.
Before we get started, due to a medical emergency involving Darren's father, Darren has flown to Detroit. He can't be with us today.
His father had a heart attack. So his family is definitely in need of prayer.
Right.
Wow.
Darren is very close to his dad.
Yeah, so I'm hoping the best. We all are.
Yes, we are.
Hate to hear about Darren's dad, man. I'm praying for him. I mean, not much more to be said.
Out of the 4, who's got the weakest connection?
I'll say Alexis and Brent.
London?
Man, no shade, but just knowing the connection that I had with Alexis up into the cabin, to flip a switch like that is kind of disturbing.
For them both to choose us definitely did not make sense to me. There might have been some shade thrown, might have been a little bit of hate, considering Alexis has been in my top for a long time.
I gotta agree. Alexis and Brent do have the weakest connection. Yes, Brent has been feeling Alexis for a lot longer. You can go all the way back to the pool party when they had that conversation. Brent was definitely feeling Alexis. And remember, I said it then, all conversations aren't connections. So, yes, Brent has been feeling Alexis. Alexis really and truly did not start returning that attention until after Brent went out with Divine. Then all of a sudden,
As much as I love London, I think London playing.
I don't think he is. I really don't.
I feel like London is just, no. He's not ready to love.
When it comes to London, I definitely think that he's been playing the both of us. It's starting to feel like he's moving around like a shyster. His words to me have always been, protect our bubble. This is our story, don't let anyone interfere with that. And he would always say, well, if you're not a part of this journey, I no longer want to be a part of it.
Okay. It's one thing to want to win. I get it. Everybody wants to win. However, that doesn't mean that you've got to destroy the competition in the process. Think about it. Both Tandy and Ashima agreed that it had the opinion that London was playing games and should be gone, right? So basically, 2 out of the 4 ladies agreed that London had to go. All Alexis had to say was, yes, London has been playing games and I choose Brent. Guess what? 75%, that's a super majority. Holla at you, London, you're gone. But instead, Alexis started going in on London's character and basically trying to just destroy the dude and also destroy Divine in the process. That was just totally unnecessary.
When it comes to Divine, he waters the situation down completely. So he's always said to me, she's great, but I would like to date a woman who doesn't have children. Divine has children. I don't like Divine because Divine is too aggressive. So I love that you don't make it easy for me.
Let me ask this question, Divine. Is what Alexis is saying, does it sound like the London that you know?
No, it doesn't.
Why? It's like, why go off the rails like this? Like I've said, Alexis knows how to play the game. That's what Ready to Love is up to this point. It's a competition, therefore it's a game. And Alexis knows how to play the game. But why go off the rails like this? I get it. Based on what Divine was saying, London made his decision and he chose Divine. So then why in the world would you just, because you can't win, then everybody else has to lose? That's not a good look. So instead of just letting go, and think about it. You chose Brent. You said Brent's the way, that's what you said. That's what Alexis said, that she, because Brent is giving her what she's looking for as far as the attention, as far as whatever, then you should be okay with London losing, right? It doesn't make sense to act like this. Also, I appreciate the fact that Divine is not meeting that energy that Alexis is putting out. Divine is, basically like what she was doing when London was speaking. She's sitting back, she's listening, and also is processing it because everything that Alexis is saying is not squaring with the things that she's heard London say, and also with the man that she knows London to be. It's like 1 and 1 equaling 48.6. It just ain't adding up.
He's never told me that I was aggressive because I'm not aggressive. And the one thing is, like you said, he told you that what he liked about me was that I wasn't aggressive. So things aren't adding up. My conversations with him, they've been light, fun. I've always seen him as a positive person. Didn't really done anything that really turned me off. And again, my experience with him is going to be completely different.
Even in that moment, Divine is staying above, okay? She could easily drop down and match Alexis's energy and, all of this other mess. But instead, she's keeping it classy. She's listening to what Alexis has to say, but she's not matching that energy because it just doesn't make sense to do so. Plus, obviously, that's not her character. That's the grown and mature way of handling a situation. In fact, let's go back to when Ashima with Tandy. Ashima didn't nut up and start going off on Tandy or whatever. What Ashima said was, you know what? This is a conversation that I'm going to have with Darren, and she handled it in a mature manner.
In a very good place.
But do you fault him for throwing you under the bus and talking about you?
I don't know that to be fact.
I remember when you mentioned several wine bars ago that I think this was on his birthday, and you hosted a birthday dinner for him at your home. And you asked him, you said, hey, I know that you have a connection with Alexis. So I think I remember you mentioning that he chose. You asked him to choose. We had a conversation about that. When I left here, I was very, very angry. So I asked him about it, and he said, well, you know what? She's lying. I would never say anything like that. That's ridiculous.
The conversation was over. Everything was all said and done. However, Alexis could not let it go. Instead, she wanted to make sure that Divine felt whatever pain she was feeling because London chose Divine instead of choosing her. I've said it before, hurt people, and not only was Alexis trying to hurt Divine, she was trying to embarrass her as well, and for what?
Next thing you know, he's calling you on three-way. And
so let's back up. When he makes this three-way call, he's talking to Divine, and you're on the line. Does Divine know that you're on the line?
She does not. She does not.
Oh, my gosh.
So when Alexis mentioned the three-way conversation, I knew that that was a lie. The fact that she would partake in something like that, that's something I believe. But do I believe that a three-way conversation actually happened? No. London is not childish, and he is not messy when it comes to things like that. So I didn't believe it.
A three-way call? Okay. London has said that Divine is his ride or die. And right about now, Divine is demonstrating why he has said that and why, London feels that, because she's not going off. She's not, I'm going to go get, no, she's listening. She's processing it. And she's like, nah, that's not the London I know. It just ain't squaring up.
Very quiet in the beginning. And you said on the phone, no, you haven't. You haven't chosen. I know that. Basically you were backtracking.
I said that with him on the phone?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
But yeah, you lied because you said
No, I
on the
did
phone.
not lie.
If they say, okay, London, pick one person you want to ride off in the sunset with, who is that going to be?
Of course it would be you.
Okay.
I mean, why would you even question that?
For the life of me, I do not know what Alexis is trying to do. There are cameras recording damn near every moment of their lives, as far as we can tell, regarding this particular issue, this show. So for her to bring up what was said doesn't make any doggone sense. I don't know what she's doing. And then to call Divine a liar, not only is she trying to destroy London's character by saying he's moving reckless, she's doing the same with Divine's character by calling her a liar. Again, I asked the question, why?
What I'm
He
saying
set
is,
you up.
it doesn't add up.
So
no, I don't.
I have every reason to make it up.
I don't even know you to trust you. I don't even know you to trust you.
How else would I know that conversation? Are you that busy?
Girl, you need to get over your pain because you're hurt.
Fake. I can't.
You're hurt.
But you don't remember that conversation?
No, something's not making sense.
Okay, so first Divine's a liar, now she's ditzy. Alexis went from winning. London probably would have been eliminated because all the ladies would have agreed that, hey, London was, moving, just how he was moving, whatever, okay? That would have left 3 couples. But instead of that happening, now we have, I don't know how we've gotten to fabricated 3-way phone calls and all this other stuff. I just don't get it. I'm struggling. If y'all can help, please, y'all, in the comment section, I'm losing my Santa hat. In the comment section, y'all let me know, because I am at a loss for this one. I just don't know. Help me.
You're quiet.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have even partook in it.
I actually felt bad for participating in that. And so during this process, though, I've always said I have to come forward with the truth. I've been trying to protect Divine's feelings.
First of all, you're not my protector. Let's be clear on that. The only person I can protect my feelings are myself. If I'm gonna protect someone, I'm not gonna wait to the end of the journey at the wine bar and say this and this. I was trying to protect you.
Gotta say, I'm rocking with Devon on this one. They are all adults, and they don't need anybody's protection. They all signed up to go on the show, and it is what it is. They're adults. Also, to wait until the show is damn near over to be like, this is what I know. It's shady.
You might see him one way, I might see him another way.
Okay, we're cut from two different cloths.
Clearly. But at the end of the day, he and I are rock solid.
You're rock solid because I pulled out.
First of all, let me take a sip on that.
Take your time. Take your time.
Me and him are not rock solid because of you. So let's be clear on that right now. Because first of all, I pulled out, and I said, you need to swing it that way. And then that's when he came to me. He said, I'm done with her because I pulled out.
If I was still interested in London, he would still be on the fence with his big ass, hanging on for dear life on the fence.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If that was the case, when I pulled out, then he would have had the green light to come after you. He chose to come to me. So if that was the case, it wouldn't have fallen how it fall.
Alexis is a poor winner? I don't even know. Basically, the minute that she realized that London chose someone other than her, it was her mission to not only destroy London, but to make sure that nobody wants him, nobody would ever want him by destroying his character, and then the one that he chose, she was going to try and destroy them too. It would, I mean, there was really and truly no reason for that. She had won.
In hindsight, you two may be great for each other because I'm seeing like a lot of things in you that I'm seeing in London because you're not being honest.
How am I not being honest?
Because you're not.
Girl, bye.
What do you mean, girl,
okay,
bye?
let me, girl, bye, because I'm being very honest. How are you going to tell me I'm not being honest?
You look desperate.
I look desperate.
We'll leave
Girl,
it at that.
Please. Girl, 3 weeks ago, you couldn't even pronounce Brent's name. Please. You were calling him Brent. Yes.
Really?
So now, he's your fallback guy. He's your fallback guy because London don't want you. Ooh. Let's just say what it is.
Reva bowed out gracefully, exited, and left. Alexis crashing and burning with every word, with every insult that she's hurling, with every accusation that she's making.
Ooh. Here, untie my boxing gloves, please.
Girl, please, you wish. You would get dragged in this mother.
Good. What?
So you would get dragged in this mother.
Girl, who's gonna get dragged?
Take off your boxing gloves.
I'm talking about for fighting in this journey. What the hell you talking about? Talking about boxing you? Girl, bye. That's not even my style. Trust me, she don't want this smoke, Tommy.
I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it.
You don't want this smoke. Trust me.
I want it. I want all of it.
Well, hell, I need a smoke after that one. I mean, Alexis came down to the wire and then things went haywire. Like Mario said,
because I want what I want, and I know in real life that it don't work that way, but that's just my only child syndrome.
Yes, we want what we want, but that doesn't mean that we got to act like spoiled brats when we don't get what we want, and that's what we just witnessed. So we are down to 4 guys and 4 women. With Reva self-eliminating, that means that we have 4 couples. Then we know that one guy, one woman is going to be eliminated. One couple, if you will. Who it's going to be? I think I know who it's going to be. But we're going to see next week. They showed the previews, and once again, them previews are seasoned up with just all kinds of drama. So I am looking forward to seeing next week. Once again, y'all, thank you for watching. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on Twitter. I live tweet during every episode. Wasn't able to do it this past episode. Y'all know it's Christmas, so I'll be all over the place. But make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm going to start doing some other stuff, so just stay tuned as far as what I'm going to be doing. But make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification icon, because I want y'all to know as soon as I drop a video, I want y'all to see. My hat keep falling. I want y'all to tune in and watch. So once again, thanks y'all. Appreciate you watching, and have a great week, and I will see y'all next week.